How much do you think about the transitionary period from an era of money abundance to scarcity? Do you think it's just morphs and just changes, or do you think is it a highly bloody transition? I worry about that.
So, and I've thought about this a lot. As one system is getting more and more chaotic, it's going to want to drag people into that system and fight. And as one system kind of goes the other way, it's going to, and so labels matter, right?
Yeah.
And labels are a way that we say that person is okay, that person is not okay, and then we make more and more labels, and we just define ourselves by labels. And so, again, I don't know one person that I'm friends with, and I have lots of friends that I agree with on everything. We disagree on it, and the disagreement, the free market of ideas, is actually what makes us stronger.
Well, we spoke about this last night.
Yeah, and yet somebody can label you and say that's that Bitcoiner anti-climate guy or that, and they want to label you into this bucket without understanding everything about you, because it's easier to define you and polarize.
And sometimes not just label you, but block you, shout at you, insult you, coerce you into trying to share their beliefs.
And you'll do the same to other people.
Yeah.
So, and that's actually really important. We think it's everybody else doing it to us, and you'll do the exact same to other people. But
I'm consciously aware of it, and I fight against it.
And then, but that's actually why this is so important. In a system that's breaking down, and that we know structurally has to break down and get worse and worse and worse, we are really liable to create us versus them narratives everywhere and defend our peace. Really, and most likely as we do that, we push for people further and further away from the truth. And why do we do it? Like, really, why do we do it? Bitcoin's an idea. I can stand completely behind the idea and its truth, and I can kind of talk about every single relation of that. And if somebody says, I have a better idea, okay, I'll hear it. I haven't seen it yet. But I'll hear it.
Ego?
But it's only ego. It's because we want to matter to the person that is coming out. It's everyone else that we matter to. And so we lose ourselves in this war of ideas by fighting that. And so is it going to be ugly on the way through? It could be really ugly. It could be really ugly. Are some people going to see the ugly of this? No. Some people are going to be just totally fine. And in fact, a whole bunch of people in Bitcoin are already fine. They're already starting to see it. I'm certain that they don't want society to go through this upheaval. And some of them, myself, I just want more people to understand that it's a bridge to the other side. It's a way to transition from a system that cannot work structurally to a system that can for where we're going. And I want more people to know that. But if somebody yells at me because of that, okay.
And getting muddy in that fight is actually a distraction from the time you could be spending on helping somebody find this bridge and cross this bridge.
I want to spend the most time with people I love, period. It's every single company that I spend time with. That's what I think about. Can I make a difference? Do I love these people? Would I help? Do I want to spend my time here? And can it make a difference in the world?
It's kind of like what Saylor said, right? Again,
Totally.
it harks back to that about focus.
Yeah, focus and spread positive messages.
Yeah.
And let the other stuff go. Because the other stuff is just trying to get a reaction out of your ego.
Yeah. What's that book? The
Ego is an enemy?
The Ego is the Enemy.
Yeah, it's a good book.
It's a really good book.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's really funny. This stuff affects you in different scenarios. I actually don't think I have an ego when I make the podcast. I mean, there'll be some, But I'll talk to anyone. I'll admit I'm wrong. I'll talk to people I disagree with, and not usually I don't like. I won't bring someone up if I don't like them, but I'll disagree with them. And yeah, I did the show with Marty Bent the other day. He told me a bunch of stuff, and straight afterwards, I'm on my laptop, I'm researching, I'm learning. Take me out of this environment, put me onto Twitter. I'm like, no, fuck you. You're wrong. Block. Which is a strange phenomenon.
And again, you define that, and you can define that in a way. Maybe this one thing, maybe this thing. It's actually kind of the positive in this. Our ideas matter. All of our ideas matter, and they touch other people in different ways. And that change is sometimes suddenly, sometimes it takes a long time, and sometimes people never see that they could change themselves in a second and have a different outcome. And if they're happy in what they have, like one of the things that I think you do, what you just said about your podcast, bringing on diverse opinions and being able to talk through those, it's probably why if you looked in a mirror on the rate of growth on your podcast and why that it's resonating to a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
So if that's true, why do you care about anything else? If it is about, because what ends up happening is when somebody questions something you do, you make yourself the message. I'm not saying you, but
I do.
But again, you make yourself. You turn into the message. Bitcoin isn't me. I care about it a lot because I love the idea and I love where it takes humanity. But it's an idea, and I have lots of friends, majority of friends, who still don't really get it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it, but they're still my friends.
This, what would Jeff do is...
You need to get on a bracelet.
Yeah, get on a bracelet. Get a tattoo. Just go like this. Look at my wrist. What would Jeff do? Jeff would... I know. Yeah, it's fascinating. And it's like, you know, when the people say the thing, oh, we're still early. That becomes more apparent the further we go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You realize the profound effect that this technology or idea is going to have on so many people. And like you, I want to get that in front of as many people as possible and help them learn and understand this. And I guess this is the best vehicle for it.
Yeah, it's a great vehicle. But again, it's easy for us to become the message.
Yeah.
And then when we become the message, when somebody questions the idea, they question us at the same time. And that's what becomes the polarization.
Do you think another reason for the polarization is, like, I think most people in society, like much wider than Bitcoin, see like things breaking down and see it as a real issue. And then the solution to that issue is really different between, like, say, like polar opposites, MMT, and people who are into Bitcoin. And do you think that it's like, if you question what I think is sort of a salvation, then I'm going to fucking fight you?
That's what I mean. They become embedded in the message instead of the idea. So let's just explore MMT and what that idea would take us to, without the insanity of the position. Just explore it as an idea and just ask yourself, is that idea congruent with the free market and of all ideas, or is it not? And realize that the free market is us. It's our ideas. So if there's something that has to stop that, then it comes at our expense. And so where does that go? How do you rectify that problem? And so I can easily talk about, okay, all of these ideas without disdain for different people and everything else, and investigate them to their root cause. In fact, even if you looked at the World Economic Forum, right, and what you'd hear in Bitcoiners and everything else, imagine Klaus came up with this idea that I had at the same time. Imagine if he realized technology is deflationary and exponentially so. And through his organization, imagine if he said, oh my God, this is going to leave a whole bunch of people out, we need to control them. We need to set up a whole narrative that effectively says this. People can't determine for themselves, so we're going to determine for them. And we're in this seat because we were the beneficiaries of inflated money in the beginning, and we have the best ideas on how to control other people. Let's just assume, just take it on face value and say, there could be an argument that says if our system is moving to deflationary one where we'll be happy and get nothing, who should control it? And an idea might be, here's how we can make society work. But that idea done in a silo could never match the ideas of all humanity.
Yeah.
It's one person's idea of how a world would look. And so it can't match the free market of ideas. In fact, my idea, why I wrote the book, is a different idea than that idea that puts the free market in charge. And so it's just now we'll see throughout time which idea wins. I suspect where we're going, Bitcoin will win, and that. But again, it's that idea.